we're going to import Excel data to an Access database. I created a blank, a brand new Access database here. If you already have a database, you can use that database to import the data. I'm just bringing it into a fresh Excel Access database, and that's a new data source. So I'm going to click over here and import the data from the file. And it's going to be an Excel spreadsheet. I have to browse out to find the location of where that spreadsheet might be. And I open it up. Now down below here, we have search for import and Access 2016 for more help. If you need in the older version, you can go there. But this procedure I'm showing you is basically going to work in 2016, 2013 as well. We can append a copy of the records to a table, which I only have one table in here, table 1. We can append them. So if you have a number of Excel spreadsheets that others have been working on, different data in them, you can choose this option. You can also link to the data source by creating a linked table. Access will create a table that will maintain a link to the source data in Excel. Changes made to the source data in Excel will be reflected in the linked table. However, the source data cannot be changed from within Access. So you have to decide if you've got a multiple number of Excel spreadsheets that a number of people are working on, structured exactly the same way. You can link to these different data sources, and then whenever someone changes an Excel spreadsheet, the data will be reflected in Access. This is not really a recommended way to go, but if you're going to do that with multiple people working on a database of information, it's better to have them all use Access and open that up and put the data in there. But that is an option for you. We're going to just do the import source data into a new table in the current database. I'm going to click OK. And then this import wizard comes up. It's going to say, does the first row contain column headings? Most of the time, yes, that's going to be true. If you don't click that, then it will import the first row as data. So we're going to keep that click. Obviously, I do have the headings above the data. Pick next. Now it's asking the specification about each of the fields that I'm importing. So you select the fields in the area below. You can then modify the field information in the field options area. I want to keep the name. Last name is fine. Data is short text, which is all right for that data. Indexed, it says no. Yes, I do want to index that, and I do want to keep I want to keep duplicates. I could have a person with the same name, last name particularly, and so I do want to, if I have duplicates, I want those imported too. You can say don't import the field. If I didn't want some of these fields imported, I would click here on whichever field was highlighted. And then I can go to the next column. Is it indexed? Yes. Duplicates are okay. Short text is fine. Phone number. Index, no, I don't want to index this one. And short text, yes, this is just a phone number. It's not numeric data that I need to calculate. On the next field, however, it is recognized that this is currency, and that is correct. I do want to have that imported with that qualification. Credit, same thing, currency. The date owned, yes, it is a date field, and so I do want it to be of that data type. Don't want to necessarily index that at this time. Now I'll click next, and it recommends that you define a primary key for your new table. Now a primary key is used to uniquely identify each record in your table. It allows you to retrieve the data more quickly especially if you are going to be linking this table to another table of data. You'd want to have a unique field, and then you could let Access add it, or you can choose your own primary key if you'd like to do that, one that exists already. We don't really have one in that Excel spreadsheet, and in this case I'll just say no, and then it won't put that in. Depending on your situation, you may want that primary key. If you're going to link the data to another table, then you'd want that. So we'll click next. That's all the information. Import to the table, sheet 1, from that particular Excel spreadsheet. If you'd like the wizard to analyze your table after importing, you can click here. Generally, I don't bother with that, but you might try that to see how that works. So I'm going to pick Finish. And then if I'm going to do this over and over again from a particular spreadsheet, you can save these import steps so you can do the operation more quickly. I don't really want to, so I'm going to pick Close. And then the data has come into my sheet number 1. And then I can rename this table if I want to. I'll rename it here and just say, oh, it's open, I'm sorry. Yeah, you have to close the table first. So I go over here and close that table off. And just close it. Then I can rename it to be organized. You want to make sure that you don't use spaces in your table names. Now when I double click on it, I can see all my data has been imported, and I can continue to add data into my Access database. Now the advantage of bringing your data into Access, and we're not really teaching Access in these sessions, is that you can run better reports, you can do better filters, you can create import forms, lots of reasons why you want to use a database with certain kinds of data, and that's something for you to discuss in your IT department, but we're just dealing with how to get the data into an Access database, and this is the procedure you would follow.